Get ready to know someone a little better. Who is this person? What makes them tick? Where are they from? See the many facets of the person. In their words, from our angles.
Hello, my name is Jermal Nicholson. I'm a hairstylist, a makeup artist, and an entrepreneur. I'm from Lismore, Alabama. I was born in Thomasville, Alabama. I grew up in Lismore actually half of my life, and then I moved with my father, which is in Toxie, Alabama. So it's both parts of Alabama, but really 35 minutes away from each other. So I actually lived in Lismore, Alabama. Then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia with a friend. I moved back from Atlanta, back to Lismore. I stayed in Lismore for like 6 months. Then I moved to Austin, Texas with a friend, which that didn't work out very well. So then I decided just to stay here in Austin because I like it here. It's very fun, laid back, everybody's different. I remember when I was a child, it was me and my mom. My daddy worked offshore, and my mom, she was a hairstylist, and she used to always have these clients come over. And I guess I was about 7 or 8 maybe. And I just know when I used to go outside and just have a t-shirt on with some drawers on, I just remember I was like, oh wow, this is a dress right here. And I actually consider myself as not being a girl, but I knew then that something was different about me. And I can remember in my childhood I used to play Apollo, and I was always the girl singer. And that's it. I wouldn't say that my mom got mad about what I was doing, but you know how you in the country, we going outside barefooted, we just don't got no shorts on, no nothing. So she probably didn't look at it as, you know, actually that my child's gonna be gay or different because I just had a t-shirt and drawers on. Like, it was something different in my head, but she probably really didn't kind of like pay any attention. I could just remember this lady used to come to the house. I guess she was coming, I guess I was in homeschool for a while, maybe. I don't know, I was young. But I know she was just like, you know, she would look and she would laugh and she would be like, oh, he's a character, you know, and people look like that and say things like that because they don't want to tell the parent what is what, but they already really kind of know what it is. When I was in elementary school, I never had a problem with people, you know, picking with me and messing with me because of the way I act. But except I remember one time, we was playing and I remember this guy had punched me in my lip and bust my lip because I guess he thought I couldn't fight or whatever. And so I never forget the principal had called my mom and was letting her know that I got suspended because I had busted the top of my head and everything. Like, I was trying to get him, like I was chasing him on the bleachers and everything, but I really think he was picking with me because I was who I was, you know what I mean? But I don't think people should pick with people and mess with them because of their sexuality. I never had a sexual experience with a guy until I was in probably like the 10th grade when I started driving. Some of them was people like I went to school with, but most of them wasn't. But it wasn't like a most, it's probably like 3 people from like 10th grade to 11th grade. But when I was in high school, I never forget this guy. He was like, would you, he was like, you want some M&Ms? And I'm like, sure. And I never forget, he had a blanket on and everything. And he was like, he was like, they got some new brown M&Ms. And I'm thinking in my head like, no, wait a minute. I never seen no brown M&Ms. So what is he talking about? So then, like, when I reached under the cover to get the brown M&Ms, he had his pants down. So, which I never seen any brown M&Ms. So I was like kind of lost for real. I saw myself being comfortable with who I am after all my family was supportive of what I was doing. So I started like in process and slowing. So first I started like wearing the makeup. So then I knew like, oh, well, you do hair, so that'll be an excuse to wear hair, because they can be like, oh, he just wear hair, so it's no problem. So one of my uncles that I look up to, like, that no one plays with, like, once he told me, it was like, be you, be who you are, that's you. Like, I knew then, like, okay. And once I knew, after my grandma knew that I was gay, I was like, it is what it is. So that's when I came to more opening the way I'm dressing. Because I feel like some people not comfortable with who they are because they feel like what people gonna say. I'm not that type of person because, I'm not saying that I'm big and bad or I'm, just that. But when it comes down to who I am and what I stand for, I would say I'm that bitch. You try me, it is what it is. So that's who I am today. Like, I'm very comfortable with who I am. I feel like for someone that's different that want to try something, I feel like that you should really learn to love yourself first and get yourself together. Because once you get yourself and know who you are, you really wouldn't care what no one else think or how they feel. Like, once you know who you are, it is what it is. Like, you know who you are. It don't matter if you gay, straight, if you learn different, it don't matter what it is. I never forget when I was living with my dad, like, this wasn't me. My dad found out about me dressing like this when I was out of school, moved out with him. Like, I wasn't staying with him. But that come from like someone showing him and sending him pictures off social media when I was first comfortable with myself and who I was. My childhood, when I was like 10 years old, staying with my dad, like, we used to always go things. So it was like that father and dad moment. And really didn't have nothing to worry about because he was like, they was still, like, when you're young, they still picking out your clothes and things. So you have to wear the old school South Pole and stuff like that. Like, that was my stuff back then, South Pole. But it wasn't dressing like this. And as I got older, it wasn't like, we going together, like going out and shopping no more. So I was like, oh shit. I could be me now. Like, okay, let me be me. But as the time I was staying with him, it was never like the makeup, the hair. Like, he found out I was wearing hair and stuff. I mean, doing hair, but he never saw me like, with hair or nothing on. Like, to this day, he never saw me with hair on. Living with my dad, if he would have saw me dressed like this, I'm not sure what the reaction would have been. Like, we never sat down and talked about that, but I think he probably would have been a little upset because, like, my dad was kind of, I wouldn't say like famous, but he was kind of like popular. Like, everybody knew him from the pool hall, and his nickname was Chief. Like, everybody knew him. So I don't know how he would have felt if, his friends would have seen his only son on social media and Facebook with hair and makeup on, being young, and he's raising me. Like, I don't know how he would have felt by that, but I'm pretty sure they probably see it today and know. When his friends see it on social media, I don't know if they ever said something to him, but me personally, I know one of the friends, like, he can't really say nothing because one of his sons is gay and dressed like a girl, and one of his other friends' sons is like transitioning. But I really don't know, like, how would he feel if they say something to him? I'm pretty sure he would be like, I know, you know, but I don't know. We never opened up and had that conversation to talk about how he feel. I never sat down and talked to my father about, you know, what I do, but I did text him one day and be like, you know, I do hair, you know, I do makeup, this is where I work at. So that's my kind of excuse of the way me, like, easing into what I'm doing. So maybe he feel like, you know, oh, he do hair and makeup, so that's why he wear hair and makeup. But I'm pretty sure now, like, I'm 28 years old. I'm pretty sure my dad knows, like, oh yeah, he's gay. Like, he knows. Like, I don't know. It's that instinct of being a parent. Like, parents know their children before anyone else. I don't know. I feel like if I ever told my dad out of my mouth that I was gay, I feel like he probably would disown me, but maybe not, because he'd have seen the pictures. But maybe that's something I should try. Maybe I should text him and, you know, just let him know. But I think he really maybe know. Like, I don't know. But it's not that I'm afraid to tell him. It's just like I really never built up the courage to have that conversation with him. Just texting my father and let him know that I'm gay. Like, I could be more open as a person, and I won't have to hide and always take my hair down or not do my makeup and stuff when I'm around. I feel like he would already be open to, you know, what people gonna bring to him. Like, oh, Chief, you know, I seen your son and he had this makeup on, he had hair, he had these heels on and this and that. Like, I kind of feel like me and my dad is like a EJ and Magic Johnson type of thing. Like, you know, EJ is just like open, like Magic Johnson is just like open to what he's doing. Like, I feel like I'll be more comfortable if I could get that relationship, like, you know, hey, that's my child, you know, I'm still gonna love my child regardless. You know what I mean? I transfer myself when I'm around my father because I know, like, he was the one that raised me, so that's not how he used to see me grow up for like so many years. So I just don't know how he would think, you know, by me just imagine like pop up one day, which I know he wouldn't know who I am, because he'd be like, who is that? I realized that I'm the type of person that I always letting people know, you know, be you, be who you are. But as I come to think about it and look at it, like, I'm really not being who I am because I'm not being comfortable around my father. Now that I really thought about it, that I'm not as comfortable with myself and letting my father know with who I am, the advice I would give to parents that have kids, always try to get to know your kids and don't just always just pop the question up and ask them, are you gay? Because if you pop up and ask your child, are they gay, or just asking them type of question like that, they're really not going to be comfortable with you and open up to you who they are because of you asking them like that. So they're afraid what you're going to do to them and what are you going to say to them. So maybe that's why I'm in the stage I'm in with my father, because my father used to ask me, "Are you gay?" And I would be like, "No. Why would you ask that?" If I was comfortable with who I am more around my father and dressed like this, I feel like I will be that person to let my father down, because first off, I'm the only boy. I'm the only child, and I'm his only son. So I think that would be more disappointment to him, because of people would look at like, you only have one child. Like, what did you do, or how did you go wrong with your only child? Parents, I feel like your child of not being their authentic self, because they're trying to give you the most utmost respect, and they're not as comfortable with who they are because of they feel how you're gonna treat them because they're gay, or either maybe even a lesbian, or maybe even bisexual, or some type of sort. They just feel like they're gonna let you down. They feel like they're gonna, not be that person that you want them to be. You guys could follow me and find me and support me on my Instagram, Cocky Collections, COCKII Collection. You can follow my Facebook page. It's the same, Cocky Collection. My actual Facebook page is Jermal Nicholson. You can't forget this face once you know who I am. You'll know what is what. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Keemojo Productions for you to keep up with this lovely face. All right. But I was actually born in Thomas. Wait, let me start off. Wait. Say that again. On Instagram. To be sure to tune in to season 2 of Unfiltered Realness. Because it's coming.